Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to the first show of the day, everyone.
I have a rumour it's between Monday and Wednesday.
Is it?
And then there's 2 more days called Thursday and Friday, and then something called a weekend.
What's that?
What?
Right?
Yeah. What? I don't know what you mean by that. Never heard those words. And it asks for 24 hours as well, I believe, a Tuesday.
Yeah, it does. It's amazing.
Talking of hours there, we are with you this morning from 8 a.m. right up until 7 p.m. tonight, of course. 3 hours of destination with ScanNCut today, which is really exciting. And we are launching the brand new Flower of the Month Pinecone on this hour as well, because there's lots to look forward to with this one. We're absolutely loving it. The samples look incredible. We're going to show you loads about this collection, not only during this hour, but the following one as well, which is going to be wonderful, because we're going to sort of feature all aspects of it.
We are.
Which is going to be lovely. So keep us company, stay with us. I hope you're having a wonderful morning so far. Maybe you've just got up and you're having a cup of tea or a coffee and you're planning the day ahead. Let us know what you're planning on doing. We'd like to hear from you. Stay involved and get in touch. But Mel, ScanNCut every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, 8, 12 and 6, we're here.
You bring it to the stage.
We do bring it to the stage.
And you feature the ScanNCut. And we were mentioning earlier, actually, weren't we, that the ScanNCut, like, we don't have many left.
No, the tattered lace one, we've literally got a handful left. Literally a handful. And it's an incredible deal, and I'll talk about that to you as we go through. But what we've seen over the last, 3 to 4 weeks, we've been bringing you quite a lot of SVG files, which you're loving. But then I look at the comparison between that and the dyes, and it's usually like 20, 25 pounds, something like that difference. Well, you do that 10 times, you've paid for your tattered lace machine.
I know, when you put it like that,
it's
and
mad,
you realise, you think, oh my goodness, I could have actually just
in
bought one and saved all that money. Then I could have bought more files. So this is the way to do it. And of course, you'll actually see throughout the samples that we have within the studio how sort of advanced they can become with the advantage of having the files to actually create your very own scale, size and projects. Really, your imagination is the only limit. Right.
See, I said that on air, and a lady once contacted me and said, you've put me off buying a ScanNCut for 2.5 years. Because you said it's only as big as your imagination. I'd like you to change your editorial, please. I said, all right, to what? She went, this sparks your imagination. I was like, nice line.
Oh, like that. Yeah,
sparks your imagination, because it does.
Yeah, it kickstarts it, gets it going, gets the cogs turning.
I need that in the morning.
Yes,
quick kickstart.
Really do. Right, everybody, just before we do get into all the deals that we've got coming up today, I'm just going to share with you how to shop with us. It's really quick, easy and simple to get involved. If you've joined any of our shows before, you'll know exactly what to do, so this might be a great time to put the kettle on. But also, if you are new to us here, welcome to the shows. We love having you. And this is how you do it. So we're streaming live on social media on our 2 social shoppable platforms. They are Instagram and Facebook. Now, on those 2 destinations, you can watch us live, and you can also get involved. So in the comment section of the video underneath, you'll see lots of comments popping through saying good morning, hello, good afternoon, that sort of stuff. Well, in that comments area is where you can shop. So for every item that we have out on the counter displayed here in our shows, there'll be a code for it. So for example, the one you're seeing on your screen right now is Shop Digital. So if you quite simply type shop and digital into the comments, it adds it to your basket. Now, upon doing so, it also generates a direct message which will go straight on over to whatever social account it is that you're using. So if you've done it on Facebook, you'll get a message on Facebook. Now, within that message, you will also have a link and, of course, your reservation. All you need to do is then click on that link during or after the show. As soon as you've got that message, click on the link and it'll redirect you straight on over to the Highlight Crafts website. Once you've then got there, you'll see your basket filled with all of the items that you've shopped ahead for during the show. And that means you can actually still add to your basket. So you go to the website, add anything else, you can add something else from the show. Maybe you were thinking about, well, now would be a good time to do that, because there's lots of things to look forward to. Because when you get to checkout, you need to make sure to log into your Highlight Crafts account. It's really important to do so, because you're going to get free postage when you spend £35 and over after your discount being a Highlight Crafts Club member. And if you're wondering what a club member is, it's a free membership. It's like a loyalty, basically. And you get points every time you make purchases, and those purchases and points turn into pounds off future products, all that sort of stuff. And also as well, free postage when you spend £35 and over. And also as well, you get discounts every single time you make a purchase. Every single time. It's crazy. I have no membership like that where I get discounts every time. and you'll get to look forward to that every time you shop with us. Also, you'll see us streaming live on the website, so you can shop ahead on the website too. You can also shop ahead for the entire day on the website. So if you do go to the schedule for today's deals, you'll be able to see everything that we've got lined up for you today, right up on through until this evening's show, which means that you don't have to miss out on anything.
Nope.
So you can watch us live there, and you can also join us on YouTube if you fancy giving us a watch on YouTube as well, whatever floats your boat.
Absolutely.
Right, should we talk Pinecones?
Yes, can I swap places?
Go on
I feel
then.
weird stood on this
Do
side.
the
I
old
feel like I
switcheroo.
need to do the presenter bit, and I don't.
Or do the old switcheroo.
Right, now then, look how beautiful these samples are
They're
from our Vicky
gorgeous.
Deakin. I think she has used some of the artwork that was on the Tattered Lace Christmas archive that we brought you last week, I want to say, I think. And look how beautiful they look. That Christmas pudding there is fabulous.
Goodness, that's amazing.
Isn't it?
I love that so much.
Absolutely fantastic. Then you've got your snowflakes, so she's used the outside edges to create card bases, and then of course your bauble in there as well. So super, super, super cool. Right, let's add to that Christmas collection for you, shall we? I'm just going to move these down a bit, and then I can get to it. Right, first of all, SVG files. So what we do with our SVG files is when we launch dies, we now launch the SVGs at the same time. So an SVG is a scalable vector, which means that as you make it bigger, it doesn't pixelate. It holds its clarity and its form, which is exactly what you want. Because if it pixelates, the scanner will find all the little pixels. And you get a wibbly wobbly line instead of a nice curve. So we also bring you 3 different sizes. So on this particular one, you've got your original, which is the same size as the die. Then you get a smaller version and a larger version. And the larger ones are the ones that we're going to work with in this hour, because we're going to try and make a whole wreath just out of the over-the-edge Pinecone.
Oh, I like that.
So you're going to get 3 different sizes. Then you get all of the artwork. Okay, so you get all of these, you get as downloadable artwork. You also get that in reverse. So if you are making a hanging ornament that's going to be seen from both sides, you can absolutely do that. So it's almost like you're getting double the files. You're not, because you just flip it. But if you think about if you were buying dies, you'd have to buy that die and then the reverse of the die. So you're getting that value for money. You then also get decoupage right across the board. So you don't have to cut loads out and snip into it. You actually get the decoupage layers that will go over the top. But then the really exciting bit is we bring you the detail lines. Now then, but just have a look at these, Ethan. Look how fabulous that is. Look at all the detail lines that are in these pieces of artwork. Foiled.
There's hundreds in there.
Embossed. All of those different things. We might do some embossing at 6 o'clock tonight, I think. But how wonderful to have these. Now, if you brought the Crimson Noel, this is going to work perfectly alongside that, because it just finishes off your wreath, doesn't it? So you're going to get all of that. Remember, you can draw them, foil them, emboss them. Then we're going to give you Minecraft Studio as well. Now, that price on your screen is for everything I'm about to show you, which is incredible.
You get both of them. So the best way to shop, of course, is when we bundle it together for you. So you're going to get Minecraft Studio and the SVG files together for the Flower of the Month Pinecone. And it's only £14.99. It should be £18.99, so you've got a great saving there.
You have. Now, you get your reflections for your dies. They're not relevant to you as SVG customers. You'll get those as part of your download. Now, you could be downloading this right now and crafting along.
Oh, I would do the same.
Which I love. No postage and instant, which is exactly what we want. You've then got them all in Digistamps. Now, if you're into your pyrography and you're doing a Christmas Eve tray or a Christmas tray, this is going to be absolutely fabulous, isn't it? Look at that. How cool is that?
I think these are amazing. The detail in that stamp
is incredible.
That'd be really hard to get in a physical stamp, but we've got it there digitally.
Absolutely, because all those lines would just squish. And that's the bit that puts you off, isn't it? Then you've got this. Now, this is like a really zoomed in version on one part of that Pinecone, which works beautifully. And there's no more rummaging through your cardstock going, oh, that red will do. Yeah. It's perfect because it's colour picked professionally for you. Then you're going to get these, which are your overlays. So you're going to get your overlays for Minecraft Studio. Now, Minecraft Studio and ScanNCut are a marriage made in heaven, because you can design on Minecraft Studio and then create a cutting file by scanning in a black image of that. But look at these. These are just fabulous, aren't they?
I know, they're incredible. I mean, they're great as papers as they are, but as an overlay going straight over your design, they look immaculate.
You get the papers as well. So Shop Digital is going to get you that. Andrew, can I just check that the backgrounds are free, aren't they, if you put the bundle in your basket? I'm sure that's what it says. Can you check for me, please? Triple double.
Because we do have backgrounds.
Check. We do have backgrounds, yes.
And these are like an advanced paper on top of all of the design that you've got in there. So featuring the pinecone, the berries, the holly, some of the sprigs in there in the background from, of course, the spruce trees. They've all been put together to create these fabulous backing papers, which for me would be brilliant on rice paper. I mean, those on glass plates, on baubles. They're so dreamy. Those foiled and then on glassware.
Oh, they'd be beautiful.
Are going to look incredible.
Right, now then, here's the thing.
Oh, the thing.
So, right now, you've paid £7.50 for your SVG files and £7.50 for your Minecraft Studio. What if I told you could get all of this for £5 each?
Well.
Right, so you buy this, $14.99. We're going to throw this in for you. Now, you want this. Shall I show you why you want it?
Show us.
I'm going to teach you how to do this at 12 o'clock.
This is incredible.
With the ScanNCut foiling pen.
That looks professionally shop-bought made.
3 o'clock this morning, wide awake. I wonder what would happen if.
And you did
right,
it.
now you can spot foil these as well, which is fantastic. So you're going to get all of your SVG files, all those detail lines, all of the Micro Studio artwork and background papers and transparencies, and imagine these embossed, David.
Oh my goodness, they're going to look amazing.
With that embossing tool.
We'll have to do that.
Oh, we need to do that.
Yeah.
And then you're also going to get these for nothing.
So do we need to add the backgrounds to our basket separately, Andrew, or will it automatically go in there?
Adds,
should automatically go in.
Fabulous, you're going to get that in there. You can get the backgrounds on their own alternatively, but why would you? Because you're going to get them if you're going for that digital bundle. So you can shop ahead for those ones. It's Shop Digital to go for it. It's £14.99. Do you want to have a look at some projects? Because
yes, please.
These are absolutely exquisite. And you can see how what is a decorative accent is now the showcasing element, because these pine cones here are framing this aperture of this card here. And it's got that wonderful, nostalgic, rich, festive feel about it. But also, they'd work great for just winter cards, not necessarily Christmas, because a pine cone, you could use them with your autumnal theme as well.
Oh, absolutely.
With Minecraft Studio, you can get the amber, rich tones in there too. I mean, on the Halloween wreaths and all the sort of stuff for October, you see pine cones all over it.
You do. And then look at this. I think this is aquastone
for
you.
Yes, I do.
How different does that look? Look at that. The difference just by adding that shine. It really does make that colour pop, doesn't it? And these are just printed on a regular printer. There's nothing special about it, but they're absolutely beautiful. Now, all those things that we can do with ScanNCut, creating your apertures, putting patterns in panels, making shaker cards that fit the shaker perfectly, drawing, foiling, embossing, vinyl, all of that. That literally is a square, so a basic shape, a bit of ribbon.
And a rectangle.
And because you make the square into a rectangle. Oh. So it's one shape. One shape out of all those that you get inside your machine's memory. How fabulous is that?
I mean,
it's brilliant,
yeah,
isn't
I'm
it?
like, wow, okay.
Yes, right? I know.
It's crazy.
If I can make a typewriter out of 6 shapes, you can make a Christmas card out of one, right?
Oh my goodness,
this is the joy of having a ScanNCut. Right, I just want to talk to you about the deal that we've got for you, if that's all right. David, can you, because you know when you love something so much and you know the potential, it's behind you, darling. All that paperwork here. Here, that massive watch that's right in front of your nose.
Right, what? Is she all right?
Oh, that's the sort of thing that I do. I think you're going through menopause.
I'm just a man on
I think you're coming out in sympathy with your hot flushes.
I am
think that's what it is.
Empathy flush.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. You know when you're passionate about something and you know its potential, like you do with Cadence.
Absolutely.
And you want everybody to be able to access that potential, then this is the machine for you. On my desk there, by those big scissors, there's a little oval with some numbers on it. Right, now then, we've got 5. I'm going to be honest with you, we've got 5 of the tattered lace machines left. Now then, let me talk to you about, first of all, what you get in the box. So you get your tattered lace machine. You also get 2 standard mats. Now, those standard mats are £24.75 each. So you're getting almost £50 worth of value in the mats alone, which is brilliant, right? Then you get your stylus and your spatula and your auto blade, because the tattered lace SDX, as with all the SDXs, is fully automatic, as in it has that auto blade function. Inside the machine's memory, you're going to get 682 images, icons, shapes. Then you're going to get 7 full fonts, so uppercase, lowercase, numbers and punctuation. And then you're also going to get 100 quilt blocks, which can be used for paper piecing if you don't do fabric. On top of that, via the Art Spira app, which is the Brothers app, which is free, and without the subscription, because you can use that app with or without a subscription, but without the subscription for this, you can access 90 tattered lace designs. So you're getting all of that content. Now, when I say 682 images, icons, shapes, etc., that's just one size. You've got over 200 different sizes of each one of those, which is incredible. So now you can sit in your craft room and you can make the project that you want to make, not the project that's dictated to you by the size of the dies that you own, which is brilliant. Now, on top of that, a little while ago, we did a digital version of the Tattered Lace magazine, and we did 2 years worth, so we have 24 issues. Now, these would have been £30 an issue at full price.
Yep.
You're getting all 24 of them included in the deal, no extra charge, which is just phenomenal. Now
That's crazy.
Where's my little oval? Here.
There you are.
So, 200. Now then, this is if you want it. Now you can have it with, or you can have it without. Okay, it's entirely up to you. If you're going for it without it, it's £249.99. Your discount, if you're in the first tier, which is 5%, will bring that down to £237.50. Then you're going to get your points back in a couple of weeks' time. That's another £11.88 knocked off. £225.62 with all of that. Right? So what you would have paid for 7 issues at full price, well, 8 issues at full price.
You're getting a scan and cut.
You're getting a scan and cut. Now, if you go for the deal with this, oh, no, that's without it. Go for the deal with this, it's £299.99, £285 after your 5% discount, another £14.25 off in your points, £277.75. So for £45,
it should be over £1,000.
Yeah, it should. Don't miss out on it, please. If you want one, grab it, okay? Because we've got 5 left, and we're not bringing it back in.
Yeah.
So once it's gone, it's gone. Right. Let's move on.
Make sure, of course, if you are on the edge or thinking about your scan and cut journey, this could be the show to make that decision, finalise, to get it in, because as Mel said, there's only 5 left.
It's exciting.
It is indeed. Now, what's this piece of equipment that we're looking at?
So this is your embossing starter kit.
I love watching this work.
I know.
I would love to give it a go.
It's brilliant. I went to Brother a few years ago and said, can we do something that would emboss in parchment? And the reason for it was I used to run a class on a Monday afternoon in a craft shop in Blackburn, and in the morning there was a parchment class on, and all I heard for 2 or 3 hours was, oh, I've just got to the last bit and my pen slipped. Oh, I've got to start all over again. Oh, I hate doing the white work bit. This, brilliant, okay? So it works really, really well on craft metal. It's superb on parchment. You need a thick parchment, which we do have on the show for you. You're going to get a very thin mat. So this goes onto a regular low-tack mat, super thin, and it's almost like a very thin memory foam. And when that ball tool goes into that mat through that parchment, it allows it to stretch those fibres gently and get that white line, which is brilliant. That's exactly what we want it to do. You then get your holder, and you get 2 different ball tools. One is 1.5mm and one is 3mm. And then you're also going to get your activation code that activates images or designs in Canvas Workspace. Now, you do not need to activate anything else in Canvas Workspace. The only reason you go into Canvas Workspace is to access those designs that Brother have given you, okay? There's no other way around it. You literally, if you buy, so what I'm trying to say is if you go from a CM to an SDX, you do not need to rebuy this or re-register it. all you need to do is switch it on in premium functions on in your machine's memory. That's it, because I got asked a lot recently.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about upgrading to an SDX, but do I have to then go and buy the foiling starter kit, the embossing starter kit? No, you don't. It all fits into each one. So super, super simple. Now we've got a deal for you on this at the moment, because we're also going to give you 6 sheets of our parchment.
I love this stuff. It's amazing. And it prints really nicely too.
It does. It prints beautifully, but it's thick. It's a 280 GSM. And the reason I chose this was twofold. First of all, when that ball tool's going round, because it's pushing into a soft surface, you don't want that ball tool going through that parchment. So I went for a really heavyweight one, and it's beautiful. Also pierces really nicely as well with the piercing tool. But secondly, you can put your water-based mediums on the back of it and it won't buckle.
Absolutely.
And that was really important. Now that's worth $12.99. So we're going to throw that in for you with your embossing starter kit. So shop kit, it's going to get you that for $69.99 before you discount with your extra parchment, and then you'll get your points back after that.
Got a great deal there. That should be over £80 for you today. So you've got a great deal. I love watching that one in action. Loads of you as well getting in touch this morning. It's great to have your company.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for getting involved. Marina says, good morning to Marina.
Good morning.
Tried the Christmas bauble tree SVG card yesterday. Can't remember how Mel took it into canvas and manipulated it.
Christmas tree. So just send it into Canvas Workspace. The first thing you're going to do is ungroup it, and that opens up all of that detail, and then you can start to play around. If that's not what you mean, please let me know. I need a bit more specifics, because I've done a lot of stuff in the last week.
Lots and lots of stuff.
And my brain won't hold all that. It's like it comes in, does what it needs to do, and then goes.
Yeah.
Literally. Like that.
We need a step by step.
We do need a step by step.
Good morning to you, Pauline, as well.
Morning.
She says, morning all, fabulous samples. Ordered and downloaded mine last night. And as soon as I finish making commission cards for my neighbour, I'll be all over this.
Brilliant,
Looking forward to the demos in the show.
Lovely.
Lots to look forward to. And as well, it's Sewing Renault Patchwork Guy. Good morning to
Alan.
you. Good morning, Alan says, question, is it possible to drag and drop the Minecraft Studio images to Brother Canvas Workspace? Is that possible? No. Because
it doesn't read is it JPEG?
Yeah, JPEGs.
JPEG doesn't read JPEGs.
And PNGs, okay.
But what you could do is print it off and scan it in.
Well, there you go.
And then create what you want with it, whether it's a drawing file or a cutting file or an outside edge, you can do that. Right, foiling kit next.
Foiling, I love seeing this as well.
This is brilliant. It's so clever. So in here, you're going to get an activation code again that will activate some designs for you in Canvas Workspace. You're also going to get your little holder, and it's important that you have the appropriate holder because it has a barcode on the back that the ScanNCut machine reads. So it knows then that that's the tool that's inside there. You're also going to get 2 little burnishing tools. They are exactly the same. They've just given you 2 because you know that we lose them.
Okay, I like that.
And then you also get a glue pen, and this glue pen has numbers from 1 to 4 down the barrel, and that goes into there, and then you draw with the pen. You've also got 2 little sheets of foil, and you've also got your foil pickup tool. Ooh. So if it's got foil anywhere that you don't want it, it'll just pick it up for you as well. So all of that lot, this is the one that we're going to use to foil our backgrounds. And it's not just this background, it's any background.
Any background inside there for you.
Super cool, isn't it? So foil transfer starter kit.
Oh, you need that, absolutely. Shop foil for that one is £43.99. You could be getting that one in your basket today, checking out as well. Make sure, of course, to log into your account though, because that is over £35. So you're not only going to get free postage, you'll get discount on that item as well.
Nice.
Now, cardstocks, when we're talking ScanNCut, cardstock's super important, right?
Yeah, I've had this put on the show because I've had a few people recently say that, oh, I put this paper on my card and I can't get it off, on my mat and I can't get it off. Yeah, I think using premium pure print has such a tiny fibre, it almost makes the surface area denser and it grabs to that glue.
Right.
Whereas with the regular pure print, it has a longer fibre, so the surface area is great on your ScanNCut mat. So anytime I'm doing reflections, backgrounds, because a background normally goes on a card base, right? So we don't need it to be heavyweight.
No.
So I use the 140 pure print. Now you get 100 sheets of this for $12.99. This is what, if you ever see me do reflections, backgrounds, this is what I'm printing onto, okay?
Yeah, so you always use this
always.
way. And I was always curious as to why, because my instant go-to was $250 everything. But then when you explained to me about like the edge of it and all that
Yes.
sort of stuff, it made such a difference.
Yeah, because the die has a round beveled cutting edge. It's not sharp, is it? So it almost tucks the card into itself. With the ScanNCut, it's a straight blade. So because we give you all the decoupage layers, what you don't want to see is your pine cone and then all these white edges as it builds up.
Yeah.
Because then you've got to go in and ink them all. And then that's a pain in the neck, isn't it? I mean, I don't mind inking, but it takes a while.
Especially if you're making 100.
When you're doing Christmas, right? So that is going to become your best friend.
Absolutely. Prints beautifully and, of course, cuts exquisitely on your ScanNCut. It's shop 40. It's £12.99 for 100 sheets of 140 GSM Craftmaster pure print paper. Okay.
Right, now then, we don't have a lot of these left because you bought them all, but we have got more on order. So Shop Scraper is going to get you this. Now this is brilliant. We've got a handful of these as well. We've got 5 of them. Right, you need to be quick with this. Shop Scraper. So I went to Brother with the little spatula and went, what's that?
Eat a yoghurt with it.
Imagine me, can't you? What's that? They're like, what do you mean, what is it? I'm like, what is it? So then I got my dirtiest mat out and I went, right, you clean that with that and go like this. And I went, right, this is what you need. I actually took a Dreamweaver metal pasting scraper with me and they went, oh, okay. And this is what they came back with. And it's blinking brilliant. Yeah. So for getting things off your mat, but also getting things on your mat, that scraper is worth its weight in gold.
I think as well with the scraper, I mean, they are designed for your Brother ScanNCut, but if you're going to buy an extra one, I have found so many additional uses. These as a screen printing squeegee are brilliant through a stencil because it's probably the most durable scraper I have in my stash. Like they are solid and strong. If you were to use one for just that and have another one for your mat, would that be okay?
Absolutely. But do you know what else I use it for?
Go on.
De-icing my windscreen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's really good.
Mel's windscreen is basically a giant ScanNCut mat.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
You can get yours, of course, on the show today. It is Shop Scraper, $13.49, great price for that one.
Absolutely.
And it's going to last you a lifetime, of course it is. It's going to, of course, look after your mat as well at the same time.
It really is. Right, shop your blade next, Auto Blade. Now, again, this was flying out last week. Shop, I'm going to say Auto, yep, £16.49 before you discount. Please make sure you've always got one of these in stock. I mean, I change mine every 6 to 8 months because they last a long time. They're a really good quality blade, but there is nothing worse than it's suddenly starting to go a bit blunt and you're in the middle of that big project that you really want to finish. Always make sure you've got a spare one in there as well.
Take your reserves, $16.49 for that.
I think we can come back to these in a minute, but I do want to talk to you about this toolkit because it's been out of stock for a while.
Okay.
So we've bought you the one back with, well, I can't remember which one of our friends at home it was, but she said, are you selling the cat's bottom by itself?
Cat's bottom. Wow.
She's not wrong though, that's the thing. So every time I look at it now, I'm like, cat's bottom. Right, this is not a cat's bottom, obviously. This is a tool that you use in conjunction with the hook that comes with it, and you weed your vinyl, and then you put that in there and you pull it and all the vinyl stays inside. It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you weed your vinyl, put the hook in there, pull it out, and all the vinyl goes inside there.
That's such a good idea. Now, all
Monster's
of this...
mouth.
Monster's mouth or a cat's bottom, whatever you
yeah,
want to call it.
Monster's mouth, I prefer.
So you've got all of these items in here. We're going to show you what you're getting, but it's actually $24.99 today.
I know.
It's shop vinyl to go for this, but you've got other tools that are going to work for other functions.
That's a £15 saving. Right, you need
Was
this.
that what this has been at before?
$39.99 on your screen.
That's crazy. Is this...
£15 saving, let's not argue, right?
We're not arguing, we're not even questioning
No, we're not. You're going to get your pencil case.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get a really good pair of scissors, actually. And I was oh, hello.
Oh.
I didn't pull that off
Double lid.
right, did I? There you are.
These are, I love the buzz that you get when you know you close
Now, the way that just pass me that reflection off that mat, love, please. The way that I test a pair of scissors is I get a piece of paper and I go right to the tip. And if I hear that, I know that these are good. Now, I'll be very honest with you, when I first saw these, I went, oh yeah, they're not great, are they? Because they don't cut right to the tip. And then I tried them. And the reason I thought that was because that isn't pointed.
It's flatter, isn't it?
But this bit cuts super, super, super fine. So you're getting a cracking pair of scissors with the guard. You're also going to get your little mini scraper.
Super
cute. This is super cute. This is actually really good for getting fabric off because it's finer at the end than the larger one is. So you're not buying that when you've already got one. You've got something a bit different. Then you get your hook in there, which is super, 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 super sharp.
Nice. That's going to get into all the fine detail.
That's going to get into all the fine detail. You've got a pair of reverse tweezers, which are brilliant for your Sospeso.
Oh, great.
Because you can put your Sospeso sheets on your ScanNCut as well.
Nice.
And they've got a long handle, which
They
means
are
that
long.
you're not near the tea light.
They'd be good for me, those ones.
They would be good for you. Then you've also got a metal spatula, so that's flexible. So again, you could use that with your paste as well if you wanted to.
Exactly that.
And then you're also getting the little vinyl weeding bin, which is brilliant. So all of that, shop vinyl, $24.99. Right, you know what? The money that you're saving on that, you could buy the pine cones with.
You could do, because that's $14.99 for the pine cones. So put your savings towards your brand new items on today's show. And it all comes inside that fabulous little case for you as well. It's great. And of course, it's the perfect additional care kit to go with your ScanNCut. If you've already got your ScanNCut, it's the perfect thing to shop for today. Shop vinyl, $24.99.
Right, now then, glitter card. This is one of the nicest palettes of glitter, non-shed.
It's so soft.
Oh, it's lovely. Honestly, it's super silky.
When we've spoke about non-shed glitter card before, and I've gone and seen glitter card where they've said it's non-shed, and I've rubbed my hand on it, and you get that sort of glisten on your hand afterwards. I thought, well, that's not quite true. This is the texture of it. You're in disbelief when your hand goes over it, because you would expect it to be really bumpy of glitter.
Nothing.
And it's not.
It's super, super, super smooth. You're going to get 10 sheets of this for $9.99, which is brilliant, and it cuts like a dream on your ScanNCut. So I wouldn't recommend putting a regular glitter card through, because you get any glitter inside the workings of that machine, that's not a good idea. No. So this is absolutely the one that you want to be using. This is the one I used on the last ScanNCut Club class.
Yeah.
And I think it sold out last week, but we've managed to get some more back in for you. $9.99 before your discount will get you that. Right, shall we go and do a demo?
Let's do it, okay, shall we?
Yes.
Get your comments and questions in for Mel, of course. Whilst Mel gets ready, I'm just going to have a little flick through and see any more that have been coming through.
Yes, please. I like questions.
Me too, I love it. And, Tricia, good morning to you, Tricia.
Morning, Tricia.
As some of you know, I had a bit of an issue with the wrong paper on my mat. But I have to say the scraper turned out to be my best friend. So if you don't have one, I must say it's one of the best things I've bought. Thank you, Tricia, for letting us know.
Thank you, Tricia. Andrew, TV's gone off, love.
And good morning as well to Yvonne. Good morning to Diane as well. Good. She's morning. Everyone sat in docks watching.
Oh, I hope everything's all right, man.
Oh, I thought you meant the shoes.
No, the dock.
That's nice to know what shoes you're wearing. I'm wearing. I wear these for the garden half the time.
I thought you were talking about the shoes. That was better than me with my DMs. Sliding into my DMs. I was sitting at home, I'm going...
Dijon mustard.
No, buy your own boots. Not sliding into my Doc Martens. Thank you very much. I didn't mean that.
Sending you well wishes, my lovely. I hope everything's okay. And thank you for staying with us, of course, whilst you're in reception. And Barbara as well. And Lindsay, Mitch. We've got Mrs. H999.
It's 999.
I love that, Mrs. H999. Lorraine Bradbury as well. Good morning to you, Lorraine. It's wonderful to have your company as always. Julie as well, sending you and Richard lots of love. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Right, we crack on with the show.
Yes, absolutely. So what I did first of all was cut out this reflection. Okay, so when you're printing off your reflections, you need to print them off at 100% or actual size. Don't fit to page. Now, if you do it as a ScanNCut user, it's not as bad as if you do it as a die cutter, because you've got one piece of metal and that's the size that it is. If you ever do that, you can just change the cutting file to fit it, so it's not a waste of paper at all. When we print them off, you will see it's got the flower of the month, it's got the name of the collection, which is Pinecone, and then it's got the name of the file, Pinecone Swag, and then a size. If there's no size on your sheet when you've printed it off, it's because it's the original. So the only ones you'll get with sizes on this will say either small or large, okay? So I've already gone ahead and cut that out. What I want to do now is do the decoupage layers for it, because this is another benefit of buying SVG files. Our graphics team, so imagine you've got the swag, for example, and you have to cut that out several times for your dies and then snip into it.
Yes.
With this, you don't have to do that. It's easier with the dies because you've got the cut lines in it, so you kind of follow the shape. But with a ScanNCut, you haven't. So what the best thing to do is just, what was I saying? Gone.
About the cut lines we were talking
cut lines.
about. Yeah.
We give you the decoupage. Now, also, if you were buying a die that had decoupage layers, you'd be paying for those decoupage layers.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Whereas with this, you can go to town. And the decoupage layers also act as really good fillers.
Yes, they do.
Which is
Yeah,
brilliant.
because you don't have to use them as the decoupage for that exact sort of
tuck them
elevated
in.
area. They could just go all the way around and scatter.
Absolutely, it's brilliant. Right, so how do we access that? Well, first of all, we're going to press home and OK. So on this USB, I've got the files. So we're going to retrieve the information from the USB, and they're in this one. And we want Flower of the Month pine cones, and we want the Build a Bouquet pine cone. So we want that one. You've got your detail designs, which is what you'll use to draw, foil, emboss, etc. You've got your matte layers, which is like the outside die. So if you want to create an aperture with these coming through it, you can use that matte layer. And then you also get your reflections cut. Now then, we want large. And when this opens up, you'll see you've got your reflection cut, which is the full image, and reflection DEC, that's decoupage, not December. Because I thought that, I'm like, why have we got December on?
It makes it so easy to follow though. When it's indicated on the reflection printed, and then you've got that pathway, it's like such a simple little story to follow, isn't it?
It's really easy.
It's great.
And it's very, very intuitive. What you'll find with ScanNCut is it's repetitive. And repetition is the mother of all skill. It means the more that you do it, the better you get at it. And you just have to learn it. That's all. And there's 13 hours worth of free classes on YouTube. Seriously, go and have a look. Right, so when we've got to this stage, if we put it in the bin now, it's going to take it off the USB. You cannot delete any of the designs that are inside the machine's memory. It's physically impossible. Got asked that a bit at Doncaster too. So if you will change your mind and you want to go back for a different file, use your back arrow. If you want to zoom in, you can use your magnifying glass, but more often than not, you'll just press OK. Now, when we go to edit this, because we need to group it together, you'll see that all of these pieces are individuals at the moment, okay? And what we want them to be is all one piece, so that when we scan it in, we can move it. So one red square means that one shape is selected. 3 red squares means we're going to select more than one. So multiple select. This means if we just wanted part of the mat, we would use the drag arrows. If you want everything that's on the mat, you want the complete image. And that now selects all of those pieces. We're going to press OK. We're continuing to edit the object, and then we group it together. Now then, if this was on your mat on a different machine, and that cutting file that's on my screen was on a computer screen, it's very difficult to line it up. This is one of the many reasons why I would advise you to get a cutting machine with a scanner in it.
It makes such a difference. When
and
you
I
think
was
about
the
it, why would
first
it
one
not?
to go, why do I need a scanner in a cutting machine? Not another company that's bringing out a gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah, my words are there, tenfold, and my hat. Right, so we're going to scan this in, and we're going to scan it in from here. Okay, so that little image there is your scanning function, and then you just press start and listen how quiet this machine is.
It's incredibly quiet. I've seen you go over to your desk so many times just to check it's cooking.
I know,
And
right?
you're thinking, oh, is it stopped? You're just quiet.
It's just quiet. It's honestly, it's brilliant. And this is the SGX 1200. We do have this one on the show for you as well, on a deal with that magazine. Are you bothered about a bigger screen? If you are, then this one. If you're not, and you just want an incredible deal on a tattered lace machine with full auto blade connectivity, yeah, check that out because it's amazing.
I love that auto blade. I mean, I can remember when I tried it as a
game
CM,
changer.
and when I tried it, it was great. And then when I saw you playing with that, I thought, oh my goodness,
I know, right?
Ran straight
Fabulous,
over.
Isn't it? Right, so we're editing it again because we want to move it. So we go to edit, and this will open up your north, east, south, and west. Okay, so you're going to click on that, and you can do it in increments like this. What I tend to do is drag it over like so, zoom in to 400%, making sure that you go right in on that detail, and then you can nudge. Now, on an STX, you can nudge while you're in zoom mode. On a CM machine, you have to come out to then move it to then go back into zoom, just so that you're aware. I'm going to nudge that up one more. Right, now then I'm going to ungroup this. So, okay, back to editing the object, ungroup it. Now, when you ungroup something, it still selects everything until you tap the screen, and that gets rid of all that select. Then we're going to select the rectangle, and I'm going to put this in the bin. And the reason that I do this is because if I cut the rectangle, it will cut the rectangle first, and therefore it will weaken this piece of paper. So just get rid of the rectangle, and then if you only want to cut one set, you can. So if you just wanted to cut the top set, for example, just select one of the shapes, go into your spanner here. You'll find these spanners on a lot of the screens. Go into your cut area and drag over the pieces that you don't want it to see, because if it can't see it, it can't cut it. Then we're going to press OK, and then we're going to keep pressing OK until we get to please select, cut. It tells me there's a pattern outside of the effective area, and that pattern cannot be cut or drawn, but the key line there is OK to continue ? So you say yes, and then it will just find what you've asked it or what you've shown it. That's Perfect. The thing. Now look at this. Now it's going to go along. It's looking at the mat by itself. Then it goes on to the paper. It's now looking at the depth of that paper. It will then automatically adjust that blade setting so that it cuts that 140 cleanly every single time. It's amazing.
It is incredible.
Absolutely amazing.
We've got loads of you as well commenting how much you love your ScanNCut, and your journey's been amazing. Also as well, we've got a question
nice.
From the lovely Karen Ann Smith. Good morning to you, Karen. Says, I've tried to cut Mylar into a stencil, but it hasn't cut fully.
Right.
I've changed the pressure to -5, but still not cut fully through.
-5?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
Do you have an easy fix,
Yes,
Mel?
I do. Yes, absolutely.
Guru Heaton, pretty please.
So if you take your pressure to a negative, it's lifting that pressure off.
Yeah, it's getting further away.
It's making it lighter, not heavier. So when you're cutting, if it's our Mylar, the 190 micron Mylar, I want you to put your cut amount on 0.5 mil.
Okay.
So instead of going along and reading the depth and then dividing it into however many times it needs to cut it, put it on 0.5 mil, because that's deeper than the Mylar is thick. But it's dense, it's Mylar, so you want to try and get through it in one go. So make sure that your mat is really nice and sticky with your stencil glue. Put your Mylar on, set your cut amount in your settings to 0.5 millimeters, and it will cut that perfectly. What you've done is adjusted the pressure and you've taken it to a negative. So if you imagine that this was my analogy for years, because my husband was a stonemason. This is his chisel, this is the depth of the blade, and this is his hammer, and this is the pressure. If I do that, and that's a pressure of 1, it's going to chip away at that stone. If I take the pressure to -5, it's going to do that. So a plus means that it's more, and negative means that it's less.
So should the pressure be on just auto?
You can put it, yes, normally auto,
right,
absolutely.
Okay.
But when you're cutting something that's denser like Mylar, it's plastic on a moving blade with a moving platform. So if it moves a fraction of a millimetre, it won't cut in exactly the same place.
Okay.
And for a stencil, you want that clean, sharp edge. Not sharp as in cutting, but sharp as in
pristine.
Yeah. Yes, exactly that.
Cut.
And now you can see, look, it's cut all of those decoupage layers out in one go.
Hey, that bleed is so forgiving, isn't it?
Oh, it's
amazing.
It
makes a difference, that.
Absolutely. But you're not even thinking about that. All you're doing is lining up the corner of that rectangle. Now, that would be almost impossible if you were working on a machine that didn't have a scanner in it.
Oh, you'd know.
I wouldn't have one given to me now, honestly. I really wouldn't.
Well, you just wouldn't be able to do it, and you would be forever wasting card and paper and time.
Absolutely. Right. So what we've then got is a load of decoupage layers here for this file that I did. So I did the swag one, which I think is absolutely lovely, and it cuts it out like this, but look at the difference that the decoupage layers are going to make to this. So first of all, I'm just going to add a little bit of shape, just using my fingernail, look, and I'm just pulling that. This is another really good reason for using the 140 pure print, because it manipulates beautifully. Okay, so we've just started to get that little bit of lift to it. Then we're going to go in with our first layer of decoupage, and we're just going to pull this around like so. Okay, so I want wet glue on the actual stems themselves. So I'm going to go in with my bookbinding glue. I love this glue because it has that really fine nozzle. The worst thing you can do if this blocks, which is very rare, unless like me you leave the lid off all the time, just there will be a little skin that forms over the top. Just take that off and your glue will flow freely. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of pin flare glue gel onto the top of that. Oh, it's because it opens up the hole and it lets more air in.
It does, and
so
also
you're defeating the object.
Because that nozzle is designed to fit perfectly in the top of the cap.
Absolutely.
If you cut it off and the bottle falls on its side, it floods the lid.
Oh, it does.
And then you get like, you open and you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh, just like that. Oh my gosh.
Remember as well, everybody, the details are on your screen for your digital download today, which features both Minecraft Studio and the SVG files of the brand new Flower of the Month Pinecone that Mel's using right now. That looks so three-dimensional on the camera. It looks fabulous.
I know, it is fabulous.
$14.99, everybody. You got a great save in there.
And you get those free background papers. We'll have a look at that in a minute again for you, because I know there's people join us all the way through the different shows. So here, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue again on that stem so that that can go flat. Can you see there where I've pushed that bit down and I've pushed this bit down here, so it holds its form and it makes this pop even more.
It really does.
Then we're going to go in with our glue gel just on those pine cones themselves, and then we're going to stick the stem down at the bottom. So line the stem up first and then work your way up and just move it over like so. And then wherever you want it to be flat, you can push it down. So get that all lined up first, make sure that you're happy with it, and then you can press down. And then you've got another few layers here that will just fit perfectly over this. Now, when I'm doing these, I want a little bit of wet glue at the bottom, and then I want my glue gel at the top. So when I press this down, that sits flat against there, and then that stands up like that.
So it's like really encouraging it to raise up.
Absolutely. And then you'll end up with something that looks like that. How fabulous is that?
That's amazing.
Now imagine that foiled.
Oh my gosh,
right?
That would look so good.
Wouldn't it? But it would also look amazing embossed.
Yeah, it would.
So once you've got to this stage then, and you've got your 4, so this is why I love the reverse, because your reverse reflections allow you to create a wreath that is left and right. So it gives you that lovely symmetry, which means that you can then make your perfect circle. So again, the ScanNCut is allowing you to make the project that you want to make, rather than the project that is dictated to you by the dies that you own, and that's the difference, and I love that.
It makes a big one. It makes a big difference.
The way that I would work now is I would look at this and go, right, okay, so that's going to fit on an 8x8 card, for example.
Yeah.
So if you measure top to bottom, as long as it's less than 200, which it is, it's a little bit over, so you could use a different size if you wanted to, or just make a bigger card.
Yeah, yeah, or you just took them in
or
like
a scrapbook page, or you just took it in like that. Right, now when I've got to this stage, I'm going, right, wet glue. Wet glue. I'm going to this stage and I'm going, right, so I want a card that has a circle aperture in the middle of it. So I'm going to measure the width of this, and I'm going to go about halfway in, and I'm going to go at 135 mil. Just check it to the top as well, and as well as the bottom. Let's try 130 and see where we get to.
Oh,
so,
right, okay.
To do this, we're going to press home and OK. Now I'm going to go into here. I'm going to take my pattern interval back to 1. That's because I was doing something for the club yesterday.
Oh,
we're going to move this down, and we're going to press OK. Right, so I want a square and I want a circle. So go into your basic shapes, select the square, set it on the mat, add, go back into your patterns, back into your basic shapes, go down and select your circle. Okay, so I want the circle to be 135 millimeters. So we're editing it and we're editing the object. Go to resize, 135. Take that up to, let's do 130. And then you decide how big you want this to be. So I want this to be about 190. Okay, so we'll take that up to 190, because I know that 200 is an 8x8 card there or thereabouts. So I want to put that in the middle of there.
Oh,
so
now
to
this
do
with
that,
a die, could you imagine?
Well, you can try and you might get one, but the matte layer, you'll struggle. So we're going to multiple select everything that's on the mat, both of those shapes. We're going to press OK and we're going to move them. So we go to our directional arrows. At the top, you've got your alignment function. if you haven't got this on your CM machine, you need to update your machine via the Brother Solutions Centre UK. Now, gone into a line, wherever the straight line is wherever it's going to align it to. So centrally vertically, centrally horizontally, press OK, and there's your front for your wreath to then go round. So you can now make your project the way that you want to make your project.
There's no restrictions.
There's no, well, the only restriction is the size of the mat and the size of the card that you've got, but you've got hundreds of options rather than one. Right, let's come and have another look at this.
Let's do
this download, because this is cracking
There's
value
loads
for
of you
money.
getting in touch as well today, which is
you.
wonderful.
I love that.
Pauline, good
Morning,
morning to you, Pauline. Says, I love that you release the artwork and the SVGs with the dies now. For those of us who either have no space for dies or would have run out of die storage space, other companies should follow your lead. As well, Karen, good morning to you. Karen says, morning everyone, absolutely love my ScanNCut machine. So glad I got it eventually. I've got a question.
Yes.
I got some of the clear Sospeso Trasparente sheets at Doncaster and was wondering if the ScanNCut would perhaps cut them as have an idea for Christmas.
Absolutely.
Loving all the shows about the machine and been watching Mel's tutorials as well.
Absolutely it will, without a problem whatsoever. And I would use your 0.5mm.
Okay,
again.
great.
So you can do it on auto and it will automatically do it for you, but if you set your cut area to 0.5mm, or your cutter mount rather, which basically is your blade depth. That's how deep it goes through. Put that on 0.5, it cuts it like a dream.
Cuts it like a dream.
Right, so your SVG files, first of all, you are getting your Builder Bouquet, which is perfect for filling in, or just a little accent in the corner. You've got your over the edge Pinecone in there as well. You've got your Pinecone swag in there. These are going to be absolutely invaluable. If you've got your Crimson Noel, this is going to work beautifully with that. We're then going to give you all the Minecraft Studio elements, the scene building elements, so that you can then design your own. So you could take that and make a whole embossing folder with it. Background stencil.
Absolutely,
right?
would do.
Then we're also giving you the reflections. Now these are the ones for your dies. You'll get yours digitally with your download. And remember, you can download it right now once you've paid for it. Check it out. There's no postage and it's instant. You've then also got your digistamps, which are stunning. Then you're also going to get that really zoomed in look at that pinecone shape.
That reminds me of like a tiled roof as well.
Yes, it does look like a tile. Great on Christmas houses.
I was going to say it would look perfect.
It would. Then you're also going to get overlays for Minecraft Studio. I'm sure David will show you more with this when we go into the next hour.
Definitely.
Where we're featuring this again, but with dies and MCS. Then you've got your background papers. That is beautiful.
I mean, it's stunning, isn't it?
Isn't it?
There's something captivating about that. It's like with that sort of diamond pattern it makes.
Beautiful. So you're getting all of those, and then, my friends, just because we can, we're going to give you this for nothing. How much is this download available? Is it available by itself? £5. So basically, instead of paying $14.99, you're paying a tenner for all of your Minecraft Studio and your SVG files, because you're getting that thrown in. Whichever way you look at it, you're getting a deal. And at 12 o'clock, I'm going to show you how to spot foil your papers with your ScanNCut. How fabulous is that?
It is absolutely
And not just
gorgeous.
this paper, any paper that you want to at all, which is fab. Don't miss out.
Everybody, woohoo!
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you, Mel. Also, a question from the lovely Heather. Good morning to you, Heather.
Good morning, Heather.
Heather says, hi, Mel and David. I have a question.
Yes.
Can you put the 170 GSM decoupage paper on the ScanNCut?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Absolutely, yes, you can.
There you
go. Leslie as well says, I've still got my CM300 and CM900. Don't use either of them anymore. So probably should sell them now. They're just sitting idle. I'm using my SDX all the time.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Game changer, that machine.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It was a worldwide survey. So as a demonstrator, it's my job to go and learn that machine inside out, so I can give you the correct information. And that's what I did. So you could bring me any material, card, paper, grey book, anything, and I would know exactly what pressures and blade depths to use with my CM machine. However, that put a lot of people off because they were cutting through the mats. And it wasn't about the blade depth, it was about the force that you were putting onto that blade. It doesn't rely on the back pressure in the machine to force that blade through. It relies on the quality of the blade. So when Brother did a worldwide survey across all the countries in the world that sell ScanNCut, and these SVG files will work anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Just to let you know that. The number one thing that came back was that you wanted an automatic blade. Now, there are different machines out there that say they have an auto blade. Actually, when you get to it, it's a drop-down menu. So you go and you click, all right, I want to cut this, and it says, what do you want to cut it out of? And it's like lightweight paper, medium weight paper, heavyweight paper. I don't know what that means.
No, and also it's not
so
an accurate...
So I'm back then to that adjusting, because I don't know what that means. Whereas with the ScanNCut, it literally goes along, you saw it earlier on, and reads the depth. That, my friends, is a true auto blade. Now, we haven't got long left on this. Lily and I are back with this at 12 o'clock. Please join us for that show. But David and I are going to do a superhero thing through that wall.
We're going
to bring you all of this as dies. So make sure that you join us in about 5 minutes' time. See you in a bit.
Bye. Everyone.